Dawn broke over the royal palace, revealing the twin suns of Xeraxia rising above the crystal mountains. Vareen stood on her balcony, watching the light change from deep purple to bright gold. She had barely slept, thinking about the path that lay. Ahead, a soft knock came at her chamber door, and her assistant Melix entered. "Your Highness, the Royal Council awaits your presence." They are eager to discuss the new alliance with Earth, and she hesitated. "The other matter." Vareen nodded. "The other matter," meaning her unprecedented interest in a human. She knew her decision would face opposition from traditionalists in the council. We must not keep them waiting. Then, as Vareen entered the Grand Council chamber, 12 elders rose from their seats. Their scaled skin ranged from pale blue to deep violet, showing their diverse lineages from across the Xeraxian systems. All bowed their heads in respect, though she could sense their unease. High Elder Cross spoke first. "Princess Vareen, we have reviewed the evidence against Commander Graux and found it compelling. The Tauri plot against you and our world cannot be forgiven. The alliance with their empire is broken." "I understand," Vareen said, taking her seat at the head of the table. "Now we must discuss our path forward." Elder Cross continued. "The Earth Alliance has proven themselves trustworthy by revealing this plot. Against our ancient enemies, it seems we have found new allies." Vareen took a deep breath. "It is about the Earth Alliance that I wish to speak. I propose we strengthen our new bonds with them, not just through trade and military cooperation, but through royal union." The chamber fell silent until Elder Trell, the oldest and most respected of the council, spoke. "You speak of taking a human mate. This has never been done." "No, it has not." Vareen agreed. "I would be the first. But consider what we know of humans. They are adaptable, resourceful, and despite their physical weakness, remarkably resilient. Their technology is different from ours, but impressive in many ways. An alliance through marriage would give us access to their knowledge while sharing our own." The objections came quickly, as she expected. "Humans are too fragile," said one council member. "They live less than 2 centuries. Their bodies cannot withstand our atmosphere without supplements." Elder Jix, a military commander, spoke next. "The other species would see this as weakness, choosing a mate from such a young species." The debate continued for hours. Vareen listened patiently, answering their concerns with facts about human resilience and the strategic advantages of such a union. When they had exhausted their arguments, she stood. "I understand your concerns," she said, her voice firm. "But I remind you that I am Princess of Xeraxia. By our laws, I may choose any mate I deem worthy. While I value your counsel, the final decision is mine." The council members exchanged glances, knowing she spoke truth. "One last question." Elder Trell said, his ancient eyes studying her. "Is this truly a strategic decision, Your Highness? Or is your heart involved?" Vareen met his gaze without hesitation. "Both," she admitted. "The alliance is valuable for our people. But yes, I have grown to care deeply for Ambassador Baker during my time aboard their vessel. She showed me honor, courage, and a kind of strength I had not witnessed before. I believe she would make not just a suitable mate, but an excellent co-ruler when my time comes to take the throne." The council chambers emptied as the elders departed to consider her words. Vareen remained sitting alone until a side door opened, and Lily entered, her blue uniform replaced with the formal robes of an Earth ambassador. "How did it go?" Lily asked. Sitting beside Vareen, as expected, Vareen said, with a small smile, "They will resist, but they cannot forbid it." Lily took her hand, her 5 fingers intertwining with Vareen's 6. "Are you certain about this?" "Your whole life would change." Vareen smiled. "For the better. I think I have spent my life preparing to rule, but always expected to do so through political unions. I never imagined finding someone I would choose for myself." The human smiled, but Vareen could see worry in her eyes. "What about your people? Will they accept me?" "Some will not. At first," Vareen admitted. "But they will when they come to know you as I do. You saved my life, exposed a plot against our world, and when they see how you help strengthen Xeraxia, They will come to respect you, then to love you as I do. Lily's eyes widened. You love me, the princess laughed softly. I thought I had made that clear. Is that not what you humans call it? That feeling that makes the stars shine brighter when someone is near? Yes. Lily whispered. That is exactly what we call it. Then I love you. Vareen said, the Xeraxian words followed by the English translation. And I choose you if you will have me. Lily's response was interrupted by an alarm blaring throughout the palace. Red lights flashed along the walls, and Vareen communicator buzzed urgently. Princess. She heard the voice of her security chief. We have detected Tauri ships entering our atmosphere. They have bypassed our detection system somehow. How many? Vareen asked, standing quickly. 3 warships. Chief. Valen replied. We are scrambling fighters, but they will reach the palace in minutes. They are coming for Gralks, Lily said. Or for revenge or for you. Vareen replied, her eyes narrowing. You exposed their plot. They will not forgive that. We must get to the secure bunker. They hurried from the council, chamber guards falling into position around them. As they ran down the grand staircase toward the underground shelters, the palace shook. The distinctive sound of Tauri energy weapons could be heard striking the outer shields. The shields will not hold long against concentrated fire, Vareen said as they descended into the lower levels. We need to contact Earth Alliance forces. Lily tapped her communicator, sending an emergency signal to Earth Command. This is Ambassador Baker requesting immediate assistance. Tauri forces attacking Xeraxian Royal Palace. Repeat. Tauri forces attacking. A burst of static answered. Then a clear voice. Embassy ship defender responding. Ambassador, we are 30 minutes from your position. Hold until we arrive. 30 minutes, Vareen whispered. We may not have that long. They reached the command center deep beneath the palace. Security monitors showed the situation above. Tauri troops had landed in the outer gardens and were fighting with Xeraxian guards. The palace. Shields were weakening under concentrated fire. Commander Valen approached. Princess, we have evacuated most of the council and staff to secondary locations, but our defenses were not prepared for an attack so soon after the wedding preparations. Many systems are still offline. How did they get past our early warning systems? Lily asked. Someone helped them, Vareen said, suddenly understanding. A traitor. Valen nodded grimly. We suspect several of the nobles who supported the alliance with Tauri. They would have access codes to our defense grid. Lily studied the tactical display. There are gaps in the shield coverage, she pointed out. If we reroute power from the east wing where they are not attacking, we could strengthen the western approach. The Xeraxian commander looked impressed at the human. You understand our defense systems. Lily smiled slightly. I studied them extensively before coming to stop the wedding. Professional interest. Vareen gave the order, and the shield strengthened momentarily, but the Tauri noticed the shift and adjusted their attack. 3 ships now concentrated fire on a single point. We need to evacuate you, Princess Valen urged. The royal escape craft is prepared. Vareen shook her head. I will not abandon my palace or my people. If they want me, they will have to face me. A tremendous explosion rocked the command center. Lights flickered and dust fell from the ceiling. They have breached the main hall, Valen reported. Lily turned to Vareen. It is you they want. Let me help. You know, I was not just a diplomatic escort, I was special forces. Vareen looked at the human with new understanding. So that is how you obtained the evidence against Gralks. Lily nodded slightly. There is much I have not told you about my skills, but now is not the time for secrets. Now is the time for action. The princess stood tall. Her royal robes shimmered as she pulled a concealed weapon from beneath them. Then we will face them together. Ambassador, my people will see that humans fight alongside Xeraxians, not against them. A guard burst into the command center. Tauri soldiers have reached the inner sanctum. Your Highness, they are led by Emperor Voss himself. Vareen, eyes widened in surprise. The Emperor rarely left his throne world. He must want revenge badly, or he wants something else, Lily said softly. something worth risking his own life for. The grand hall of the Xeraxian palace glowed with purple light as nobles from across the galaxy gathered for the royal wedding. Princess Vareen stood at the entrance, her scaled skin shimmering with anxiety. She was about to be married to Commander Graux of the Tari Empire, a political union meant to end centuries of war. Vareen looked around the room filled with various alien species, tall blue Andorians with their antennae twitching in excitement, short green Moraxians buzzing as they hovered near the ceiling. Even some reptilian draconians had come, their fangs glinting in the light. But no humans. The princess sighed. How could she go through with this when her heart belonged elsewhere? The royal trumpet sounded. It was time. Vareen took a deep breath and stepped forward, her ceremonial dress trailing behind her. The crowd fell silent as she walked slowly toward Commander Graux, who waited at the altar with his forearms crossed over his chest. She was halfway down the aisle when the palace doors burst open. A single figure stood in the doorway, silhouetted against the three moons outside. Human female, wearing the distinctive silver uniform of the Earth Alliance. Lieutenant Lily Baker had arrived. Vareen froze. The wedding music stopped abruptly. Two Xeraxian guards moved to block the human, but Vareen raised her hand. Let her approach, the princess commanded, her voice echoing through the hall. The crowd murmured in shock. Commander Graux growled, his eyes narrowing to slits. Lily walked forward, her boots making soft sounds on the crystal floor. She looked different from when Vareen had last seen her. Her brown hair was shorter and a new scar crossed her left cheek, but her eyes were the same deep blue like the oceans of Earth that Vareen had only seen in pictures. Your Highness, Lily said, bowing slightly. I apologize for interrupting. Why are you here, Lieutenant Baker? Vareen asked. Though she already knew the answer in her heart. The Earth Alliance has sent me with an urgent message, Lily replied formally, aware of all the eyes watching them. Commander Graux stepped forward. Whatever message Earth has sent can wait until after the ceremony. He hissed. I think not. Lily said, standing her ground. This concerns the safety of Princess Vareen and all Xeraxians. Vareen looked between her arranged husband-to-be and the human soldier. 6 months ago, when the Earthship Starlight had rescued her from space pirates, Lieutenant Lily Baker had been assigned as her personal guard. During those 3 weeks together, something had grown between them. Something neither had expected. Speak your message. Human, Vareen said. Lily glanced at Commander Graux before continuing. Our intelligence has discovered that the Tari Empire plans to assassinate you after the wedding, Your Highness. They will blame it on human terrorists, giving them an excuse to declare war on Earth while taking control of Xeraxia. Gasps echoed throughout the hall. Graux lunged forward. Lies, this human spreads lies to prevent our alliance. I have proof. Lily said calmly, pulling out a small data crystal. Intercepted communications between Commander Graux and Emperor Voss of Tari. The royal advisor, an elderly Xeraxian named Trell, took the crystal and inserted it into a projector. Holographic images appeared above the altar. Graux speaking with his emperor, discussing plans for the princess. Death chaos erupted in the hall. Graux shouted denials as royal guards surrounded him. His own Tauri soldiers drew weapons, but they were outnumbered. Vareen stood still amid the commotion, her eyes locked with Lily. You came back, the princess whispered as she moved closer to the human. I promised I would, Lily replied softly. Though I thought I might be too late. Vareen reached out, her 6-fingered hand touching Lily's cheek. You were just in time. In the following days, the Tauri delegation was expelled from Xeraxia. Commander Graux was imprisoned awaiting trial for conspiracy and attempted regicide. The alliance between Tari and Xeraxia collapsed, but a new one formed between Xeraxia and Earth. Princess Vareen sat in her private garden watching the smallest of the 3 moons rise. She heard footsteps and turned to see Lily approaching now, dressed in formal diplomatic attire rather than her military uniform. Ambassador Baker, Vareen said with a smile. That title suits you. Lily laughed. Still getting used to it. The Earth Alliance moved quickly once they realized the opportunity. And you, Vareen asked. Did you request this assignment, or was it given to you? Lily sat beside the princess on the stone bench. I requested it. After what happened between us on the Starlight, I could not stay away. Vareen looked down at her hands. My people expect me to choose a mate soon, someone who will help lead Xeraxia into the future. I understand, Lily said, her voice tinged with sadness. Your duty to your people comes first. Vareen agreed. But perhaps my duty and my heart can align. She looked up at the human. No Xeraxian has ever chosen a human mate before. Lily eyes widened. Are you suggesting I am suggesting nothing yet? Vareen said with a small smile. But I am considering many things. The alliance between our worlds would certainly be strengthened by such a union. Is that the only reason? Lily asked. Vareen reached out and took Lily's hand. You know it is not. Above them, the stars glittered like the ceremonial jewels in Vareen headdress. Somewhere up there, Earth orbited its yellow sun, a planet Vareen had never seen, but had heard so much about. Tell me again about your oceans, the princess said, leaning closer to Lily. They are vast and blue. Lily began, her voice soft. When the sun hits them just right, they shimmer like your skin. Vareen closed her eyes, imagining it. A new world. A new future. With this human who had changed everything by simply arriving at the right moment. The princess who had stopped her wedding had found something far more precious than a political alliance. She had found love among the stars. The royal council would have much to discuss tomorrow. Traditions to reconsider, treaties to rewrite. But tonight in this garden under alien moons, Vareen was simply herself. Not a princess, but a woman sitting beside the one who had traveled across the galaxy to save her, and for now that was enough. Emperor Voss of the Tauri Empire strode through the damaged halls of the Xeraxian palace. His tall, angular figure was encased in living battle armor that shifted and pulsed with each movement. Behind him marched 20 elite guards, their weapons trained on any movement Xeraxians and humans. He growled, his voice unnaturally deep through his helmet's amplifier, always interfering with greater powers. He reached the sealed doors of the inner sanctum and pressed his six-fingered hand against the control panel. A surge of energy flowed from his armor into the mechanism overloading it. The massive doors slid open, revealing the command center beyond. Princess Vareen stood tall, flanked by her guards, and Lily Voss smiled at the sight of the humans. It is true, he said, the princess has taken a human pet. How fascinating. Vareen stepped forward, her weapon steady. What is the meaning of this attack? Emperor Voss. You violate every treaty between our worlds. Voss removed his helmet, revealing a face similar to Vareen, but with deeper ridges along the skull and piercing red eyes. Treaties, he laughed. Treaties are for the weak. You proved your weakness when you allied with humans. Commander Graux was planning to murder me. Vareen said, you were planning it together. A minor detail. Voss waved dismissively. The commander was overeager. But the plan was sound. Xeraxia belongs with the Tauri Empire, not with Earth. We are the same species, divided only by ancient history. Lily moved closer to Vareen. The princess has made her choice, and your attack only proves she was right to reject your alliance. Voss ignored the human, addressing only Vareen. I did not come to debate politics. Princess, I came for the heart of Xeraxia. Vareen gasped at the mention. The heart of Xeraxia was her world's most guarded secret. A crystal of immense power said to be the source of all Xeraxian technology. It was kept in a vault deep beneath the palace, known only to the royal family and highest council members. You will never find it, she said defiantly. It is well hidden. Voss smiled. But I already know where it is. He gestured, and the guards parted. A small Xeraxian stepped forward, his robes marking him as a council member. Elder Jix, the military elder, kept his eyes downcast, unable to meet Vareen's gaze. You betrayed us, she whispered. The Empire offered me protection. Princess Jix said, the humans will abandon you when it suits them. The Tauri are our true allies. Voss nodded approvingly. Elder Jix has shown wisdom. Now, princess, you will open the vault or we will be forced to take more drastic measures. Vareen looked around the command center. Most of her guards were injured. Lily stood beside her, weapon drawn, but they were hopelessly outnumbered. The Earth Alliance ship, was still minutes away. Never, Vareen said firmly. The heart stays with its people. Very well. Voss sighed. Then we will use the alternate approach. He nodded to one of his guards who stepped forward holding a strange device. It was rounded with pulsing lights and emitted a low humming sound. A genetic key, Lily whispered, recognizing the technology that Tari had developed ways to extract genetic information and use it to bypass security systems. Voss smiled at the human. Your kind understands more than I expected, Ambassador. But yes, this will extract what we need from the princess. Then we will take the heart and leave your precious palace in ruins. He nodded again. And 2 guards moved toward Vareen. Lily stepped in front of her, raising her weapon, but was quickly disarmed by another guard who moved with surprising speed. Do not harm the human, Voss commanded. She will be useful for study. The guards grabbed Vareen, who struggled against their grip. The genetic extractor was brought forward, its humming growing louder. Lily watched helplessly as they forced the princess' hand toward the device. A sudden explosion rocked the command center, sending everyone staggering. A section of wall collapsed, and through the dust and debris came a squad of soldiers in Earth Alliance uniforms led by a tall woman, with short blonde hair. Commander Kelly Taylor of the Earth Alliance barked orders to her team. Secure the princess and the ambassador. Take down the Tari forces. The room erupted into chaos. Tari guards fired energy weapons while Earth soldiers returned fire with their pulse rifles. Voss bellowed in rage as his plans unraveled. Commander Taylor made her way to Lily and Vareen, helping them to safety behind a fallen column. What took you so long? Lily asked her old friend. Kelly grinned. Traffic was terrible. The Defender is in orbit providing cover fire. We have 5 minutes to get you both out of here before the Tauri bring in reinforcements. Vareen looked concerned. We cannot leave the heart. If the Tauri get it, the balance of power in this sector will shift forever. Kelly nodded. We know, Your Highness. Lily briefed us on the situation. That's why we brought this. She handed Lily a small backpack. Inside was Earth Alliance advanced demolition equipment. Lily understood immediately. We destroy the vault. Exactly, Kelly said. We evacuate the palace, get everyone to safety, then make sure the Tari can't get what they came for. Vareen shook her head. No, the heart cannot be destroyed. It is connected to all Xeraxian technology. If it is damaged, our systems across 20 worlds will fail. Lily looked at the princess. You never told me it was that important. There was no need, Vareen said, but now we must protect it by moving it. The vault has an emergency transport system, but I need to activate it personally. The fighting continued around them, Earth soldiers holding their position but gradually losing ground to the superior numbers of Tari guards. We need to move now, Kelly urged. More Tari ships are entering the atmosphere. Vareen pointed to a hidden door behind a control panel that leads to the lower levels where the vault is located. I can activate the transport from there, sending the heart to our backup facility on the moon. Lily nodded to Kelly. Can you give us cover? Kelly smiled grimly. What do you think I came down here for? Go. We will hold them as long as we can. Lily and Vareen slipped through the hidden door as Kelly and her team laid down covering fire. The passage led deep below the palace, twisting through ancient stone corridors. The sounds of battle faded behind them. This palace is over 10,000 years old, Vareen explained as they hurried down the passage. The vault is at the very foundation. They reached an enormous door made of a strange black material that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Vareen placed her hand on a panel and spoke in ancient Xeraxian. The door silently slid open, revealing a chamber beyond. The heart of Xeraxia floated, in the center of the room, suspended in an energy field. It was smaller than Lily expected, perhaps the size of a human fist, but it glowed with intense blue light, pulsing like a heartbeat. It's beautiful, Lily, whispered. Vareen approached the control panel at the base of the field. We must hurry. The transport system takes time to activate. As she worked, the palace shook again. More explosions from above. The Tauri were pushing deeper into the palace. Almost done, Vareen said. The coordinates are set for our lunar facility. Once there, it will be safe until we can. A blast of energy hit the wall beside them, and they turned to see Emperor Voss standing in the doorway, flanked by 4 guards and the traitor Elder Jix. Did you think I would not know? Of this passage the Emperor sneered. His armor was damaged from the battle, and one arm hung limp at his side, but his weapon was steady. Step away from the Heart Princess. This is your final warning. Lily moved in front of Vereen, shielding her with her body. You will have to go through me first. Voss laughed. Such devotion from a human. Fascinating. He raised his weapon. I accept your challenge. Before he could fire, Vereen pressed the final sequence on the control panel. The heart pulsed brightly. Its glow intensifying, the energy field around it expanded, then contracted rapidly. No, Voss shouted, rushing forward. Too late, Vereen said. The heart is already in transport. The Emperor fired wildly, his energy blast hitting the control panel. Sparks flew, as systems overloaded. The heart flickered, its glow becoming unstable. Vereen cried out, something is wrong. The transport is malfunctioning. The chamber began to shake violently, parts of the ceiling crumbling. Voss and his guards retreated back toward the door. Lily grabbed Vereen's hand. We need to leave now. They ran for the exit as the transport system continued to malfunction. Energy arced wildly around the room. As they reached the door, a massive surge of power erupted from the heart. The last thing Lily saw was a wave of blue energy expanding outward before everything went dark. Lily woke to the gentle hum of medical equipment. Her vision cleared, slowly revealing the sterile white interior of an Earth Alliance medical bay. She tried to sit up, but pain shot through her body. Easy there. A familiar voice said. Commander Kelly appeared beside the bed, looking tired but relieved. You took quite a hit. Lily's mind raced with memories of the explosion. Where is Vereen? Is she? She is alive, Kelly assured her. In the next room. Actually, the princess insisted on being treated with our medical technology rather than being transferred to a Xeraxian facility. Said something about wanting to experience everything. Human relief flooded through. Lily, what about the heart? Did it transport successfully? Kelly's expression grew serious. That's complicated. The explosion seems to have been caused by the transport malfunction. Some of the energy was redirected, but not all of it. What does that mean? Lily asked. It means the heart split. Kelly explained. Part of it transported to the lunar facility, as planned. But part of it. Lily, this is where it gets strange. Part of it seems to have bonded with you and the princess. Lily stared at her friend in disbelief. What? How is that possible? Our scientists are still trying to understand it, Kelly said. But when we found you both, you were surrounded by a blue energy field. The same energy signature as the heart. You both have trace elements of it in your cellular structure now. Before Lily could process this information, the door slid open, and Vereen entered. The princess moved slowly, clearly still recovering, but her scales shimmered with unusual brilliance. Almost as if lit from within. You are awake, she said, sitting carefully on the edge of Lily's bed. I was worried. Lily reached for her hand. Told we both have pieces of the heart inside us now. Vereen nodded, her expression serious. The heart has never bonded with living beings before. It was not supposed to be possible. Our scientists and your doctors are equally confused. What does this mean for us? Lily asked. The princess hesitated. We are connected now in ways I do not yet understand. But I can feel you, your presence, your emotions. She touched her chest. Even when I am in another room, I know you are here. Lily realized with a start that she felt the same. A warm awareness of Vereen that went beyond normal perception. I feel it too. Kelly cleared her throat. I'll give you two some privacy. We can discuss the diplomatic implications later. She left, closing the door behind her when she was gone. Vereen moved closer. I did not plan this, she said softly. But I cannot say I regret it. Either. Lily smiled. The universe works in strange ways. So what happens now? The princess sighed. The situation has become complicated. The Tauri forces retreated after the explosion, but they will return. Emperor Voss escaped, though many of his guards did not. The traitor Elder Jix was captured. He is providing valuable information about Tauri plans and the remaining heart fragment. Lily asked, secure. At the lunar facility, Vareen said, but its power is diminished. The piece inside us contains significant energy. As for the political situation, she sighed again. The council is in an uproar. Half believe this bonding is a sign from the ancestors approving our union. The other half fear it is an abomination. And what do you believe? Lily asked, taking Vareen's hand. The princess smiled. I believe it is a gift, one that complicates many things, but may also solve others. With the heart divided, its power is no longer a target for those like Voss. And this bond between us. She placed a hand over Lily's heart. I have never felt anything like it. A knock at the door interrupted them. A doctor entered carrying a tablet. Excuse me. Ambassador Baker, Princess Vareen, we have completed our initial analysis of your condition. Both turned their attention to the doctor, a middle-aged woman with graying hair and kind eyes. The energy from the heart appears stable within your bodies, she explained. It has integrated with your cellular structure in a remarkable way. Princess, your regenerative abilities have been enhanced. Ambassador, your physiology is adapting to tolerate Xeraxian environmental conditions without supplements. Lily blinked. What does that mean exactly? Doctor smiled. You could potentially live on Xeraxia without protective measures and... She hesitated, looking at her notes. Your lifespans may have been affected. Affected how? Vareen asked. Extended? The doctor replied significantly. We cannot be certain of the exact magnitude, but the energy has altered your cellular degradation patterns. In simple terms, you will both live much longer than normal for your species. Lily sat back, processing this information. One of the biggest concerns about a human-Xeraxian union had been their different lifespans. Xeraxians typically lived 400 to 500 years, while humans rarely reached 150. The doctor continued. There is one more thing. The energy signature between you is synchronized. It appears to be strongest when you are in proximity to each other. Distance weakens it, so we need to stay close. Lily asked. Not necessarily, the doctor said. But regular contact would help stabilize the energy. Many questions remain. We would like to conduct further tests if you are willing. After the doctor left, they sat in silence for a moment. The council will see this as further complication, Vareen finally said, but also possibly as solution. The energy bond addresses many of their concerns about our differences. Lily nodded. The Earth Alliance will have questions too, not to mention concerns about having their ambassador carrying alien energy. Vareen suddenly laughed, causing Lily to look at her in surprise. What is it? Lily asked. We planned for political alliances, military treaties, trade agreements, she said. But we did not plan for this. She gestured between them. A literal bond between our species. Lily smiled. You know, on Earth, we have stories about people being connected by fate. Some call it being soulmates. Soulmates, Vareen tried the unfamiliar word. It sounds beautiful. What does it mean? Two people destined to be together, Lily explained. Connected in ways others cannot understand. The princess leaned forward, her face close to Lily. Then perhaps that is what we are now, soulmates, bound not just by choice but by the very energy of my world. The door opened again, and Commander Kelly returned her expression. Grave. Princess Vareen. Ambassador Baker. I apologize for the interruption, but we have received an urgent communication from both Earth Alliance Command and the Xeraxian Council. They are requesting your immediate presence. What has happened? Vareen asked, sensing the commander's concern. Reports are coming in from across Xeraxian space, Kelly explained. Systems are malfunctioning. The division of the heart seems to be having unforeseen consequences. Lily stood, ignoring her pain. We need to go. Now Kelly nodded. A shuttle is waiting to take you to the Defender. We will transport you to the lunar facility where the heart fragment is being kept. The Xeraxian scientists believe that may be the source of the problem as they hurried through the corridors of the medical facility. Lily could feel Vereen anxiety through their new bond. She reached for the princess' hand, squeezing it gently. Together, she said, "We will solve this together." The shuttle ride to the orbiting Earth Alliance vessel was tense. Admiral Patel greeted them on arrival. His normally stoic face showed signs of stress. Princess Vereen, Ambassador Baker, he said formally, "The situation is deteriorating. Communication grids are failing. Power systems are becoming unstable on several Xeraxian worlds. Has there been any loss of life?" Vereen asked, her voice steady, despite her fear. "Not yet," the Admiral replied. "But if critical systems continue to fail," the Admiral left the sentence unfinished. "Take us to the lunar facility immediately." Vereen ordered. "We must reunite the fragments." As the Defender entered hyperspace, Lily studied the data on nearby console. The heart fragment at the lunar facility was becoming increasingly unstable, its energy output fluctuating wildly. "These patterns match our own energy signatures," she noted, looking at Vereen. "The three pieces are trying to reunite." The princess nodded. "The heart was never meant to be divided. It has existed as a single entity for millennia." "But how do we reunite it?" Lily asked. "The piece inside us. How do we extract it?" Vereen was quiet for a moment. "I do not know," she finally admitted, "but I can feel it pulling toward the larger fragment. As we get closer, the sensation grows stronger." The Defender dropped out of hyperspace near Xeraxia Moon. The facility came into view, a sleek structure built into the lunar surface. Admiral Patel arranged for immediate docking, and soon they were hurrying through the station toward the secure vault. Dr. Maya Chen, the lead Earth scientist assigned to study the heart, met them at the entrance. "Princess Ambassador," she said with a quick bow, "we have contained the fragment, but its energy output continues to increase. We believe it is reacting to your presence." They entered the vault where the heart fragment floated in a containment field. Its glow pulsed erratically, sending waves of blue light across the room. A dozen scientists, both Xeraxian and human, worked at various stations monitoring the energy as they approached. Lily felt a pull in her chest, a warmth spreading outward. The fragment in the field pulsed. "Brighter in response, it's reacting to us," she said. Vereen nodded, her own scales glowing faintly. "I can feel it calling to the piece inside us."